To all who listen to this happy pod, welcome. My name is Noah Parker, and welcome to my world of wonder, where I am joined by my beautiful wife and co-host, Mrs. Adriana Parker.
Hello, everyone. Good to be here.
Yes, good to be here indeed. Today has been filled with adventure leading up to this, so forgive us for a little bit on the drowsy side.
Yes.
What did we do today?
We went to the Rocky Mountain National Park, and we went to Bear Lake for the first time together, so it was really fun. We did 3 hikes. Our favorite one was probably the Glacier Trail, I think it was called, or Alberta Falls.
Alberta Falls at Glacier
Lake,
something like that.
Yeah.
Glacier something.
That was really cool. I wasn't expecting to see like such a big waterfall.
It was pretty cool. We did actually film a vlog for that, but we have a lot of like Disneyland content lined up to come out first, so probably at least 2 more weeks before that comes out. But
at least
we'll see. But it'll happen. It was a lot of fun, and I really liked, like, at first it was like maybe it's just practice. Like, I'm a little bit like, I guess, timid when I'm vlogging in the parks, and I want to like kind of break out of that a little bit, so I'm like, maybe I'll practice some more,
break out of the ice.
And so I'm like, when we go out and do things like this, I want to like vlog. But as we were kind of going along, I'm like, this podcast is all about like letting the wonder take hold, and there's more ways to do that than just at Disney. Granted, Disney is my favorite way to do it, but there are other ways, and I think today we unlocked one of those ways, and it was a lot of fun.
That's true.
I'm glad we got to do that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but tonight, Adriana is taking the wheel.
I came up with this idea.
Yeah, this is her. She's driving this episode. Basically, I'll let you explain it actually, because this is your episode.
Wow. But yeah.
No pressure.
So we're calling it Agree to Disagree, and I'm pretty much gonna give like hot takes that are Disney related, and we're gonna like in our own opinions agree or not, and then on the count of 3 we'll say what we think about it, and then we'll discuss, and then
I'm going to be honest. The only thing that I would say is I don't know if we should do it on the count of 3.
Oh, okay.
Just because it'll get kind of jumbled, like what we actually said.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Like if we both say yes, we both say no, like whatever.
Yeah.
But if one of us says yes and the other one says no, like it can be kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's up to
I
me.
shouldn't have said
No,
anything. It's up
no,
to
it's
you.
okay. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, we can do it like that.
Okay.
Or yeah.
Or we
okay.
could really just do it where like you're asking me what I
Yeah.
think, and then we kind of discuss. And you can, if you feel differently, then like you can tell me why.
Okay. All right. So we have 10 and a bonus one if we want to do the bonus one.
Oh,
I have
okay.
a bonus one, but
So we have 11.
yeah. 10 to talk about hot takes, Disney hot takes.
Fair enough.
All right. So then, shall we get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So number 1 is Frozen ride. The Frozen ride is overrated.
Ooh,
Agree or disagree?
the Frozen ride is overrated.
Mm-hmm. For me, I think
I'm
it's a
gonna
little bit
disagree.
agree. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would disagree. I think it's good. I really
Okay.
do. I don't think it's underrated. I think it is rated.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not overrated. It's not underrated. It is rated. I feel like
know.
Here's the thing. Do you know who's really hyped about Frozen?
Who?
Little girls.
Yeah.
You know who's supposed to be hyped about Frozen? Little girls.
Yeah.
It's rated.
Yeah, that's true.
I enjoyed watching the movie, right?
Mhm.
I like Frozen.
Mhm.
Is it my favorite movie? No.
Yeah.
Will I watch it again? Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing comes to me with the ride. Is it my favorite ride? No.
Yeah.
Will I
right.
ride it again? Yeah.
Exactly.
As long as, like rope drop it.
Yeah, I feel like just right now, like specifically, it's like seems like maybe I can see how people might think it's overrated because it's still kind of a newer ride, right? Like.
I mean, yes, it's newer.
It's a newer ride, and so there's like a longer wait time for it, and people complain about it and all that. I don't know.
The little girls are excited about Frozen, man.
Exactly. So I guess well,
It's not even
you
just
changed
little
my
girls. I
mind.
feel like it's just little kids in general. Like little
You
kids in
changed my
general
mind.
love Frozen.
Yeah,
And those are the family. That's families that are lining up to get on Frozen. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the line's not 85 minutes long because all of the single 48-year-old dudes who went to Disney World today are getting in line for Frozen. Like,
Yeah.
it's families,
That's true.
right? And so the lines are going to be long.
Yeah.
The ride doesn't have a crazy capacity.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think it's too long or too short.
no.
So
It's a ride and world showcase. Those are like notoriously
yeah.
not as well. I mean, Ratatouille's adventure is a little bit different, but that
Mhm.
was built specifically to be what it is. This one was repurposed from another ride to become
That's true.
this.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, it's a world showcase ride. It's a boat ride and world showcase. It
Mhm.
doesn't have a great capacity,
Mhm.
but it's a fun ride and is
Mhm.
really big with families.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bottom line for me. It's how many family-friendly rides are there in Epcot? I can think of like 5, maybe. I
That's
could probably
true, in
name them off
Epcot
when I get more,
specifically.
but
That's
yeah,
true.
there's not that many rides in Epcot to begin with. And
Yeah.
then you have like Mission Space and Guardians Cosmic Rewind and Test Track, even
That
though
made
Test
me
Track's
think
not
of
open
that.
right now. They're like more intense and not everyone can ride that.
Yeah, that made me think of that one little kid that was like in front of us in the roller coaster on I think Space Mountain it was.
Probably.
And that poor girl was freaking out. the whole
Yeah,
time, and,
exactly.
like crying, and I was like, oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready for number 2.
Number 2 is Toy Story 4 was unnecessary.
Okay, I will agree with that. I do feel like it was unnecessary.
Mhm.
I feel like they wrapped. It's like imagine if you got a present for your Christmas or your birthday and it
Mhm.
was wrapped in really nice wrapping paper and it had a really pretty bow on it,
Yeah.
and then someone came over and put some duct tape on it just to
Yeah.
make sure that the wrapping paper stays shut.
Yeah.
Did you need the duct tape? Absolutely not.
That's how you feel.
I don't
about
even
it.
know if that's the right analogy.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Because
Like,
I did like Toy Story 4,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
but it wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
It didn't add anything to the story for me,
Mhm.
except all that it's done is further enforce the fact that Woody
Mhm.
is a narcissist.
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
Like he has
That's
to be the
how
most
it's
important
been.
person, and it's been that way in every single movie.
That's true.
And
For
so
me, yeah.
go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say for me, I feel like, yeah, I agree that it was unnecessary, but I feel like it did so well because of like our generation, and like we wanted more. It's kind of like that closing, or like we're closing the chapter of like Toy Story for like the now adults that have watched Toy Story growing up.
Yeah, I agree.
Kind of thing.
Like, I think Toy Story 3 ended it for chapter. Us. I think Toy Story 3 ended it for us. I feel like Toy Story 4 is like it's new Toy Story.
Exactly.
For this generation, for the new generation.
Mm-hmm.
Toy Story 5 is going to be coming out eventually.
Really?
So that's a thing. It's in the works.
Really? I didn't know that.
So
interesting.
They're going to keep going.
It's not going to be like, well, yeah.
And it's
like OG.
Again, probably unnecessary, but now that the way they've ended Toy Story 4 though, like now there's room for Toy Story 5, 6.
That's true.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I do think it was unnecessary. However, I don't hate that it exists, I guess, you know? Like a lot of people are like, this is so stupid, it shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I like that it exists. It can exist. That's fine. I just don't think we needed it.
Yeah, I agree.
So, that's my feelings on Toy Story 4.
Yeah, me too. Good movie. Yeah. Okay, so the third one I have, third hot take is Haunted Mansion is overrated.
Disagree.
And you can
Haunted
say
Mansion is
the
so
movie
much not,
or the ride or both.
Oh, I guess that matters. Which one are you talking about?
There's no like specific, I guess, where I was going with that.
Well, I feel like that's a little bit complicated because.
Well, what do you think for both, like movie and?
Well, which
ride?
Movie? Because there's
like
technically
the live
4.
One?
Well, there's 2.
Or like the most recent one, I guess.
Okay. Thank you. I just narrowed it. That just needed it narrowed down. Okay, so the most recent live action movie, Haunted Mansion, versus the ride, are either one of them overrated? I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Yeah.
I really enjoy Haunted Mansion, the ride and the movie. I liked the movie better than.
Too.
Okay, Muppets Haunted Mansion was pretty funny. I enjoyed that one for being funny, but for being a ride that attaches, or for a movie that attaches to the ride, the more recent one did a really good job. Yeah, and I like it a lot. I don't really have a lot to say about it. I guess a lot of people don't like Haunted Mansion, and I don't know why. Really? Like, I guess like if you eat spooky ghosts and stuff, it's like
it's too scary for you.
How is that? It's not even scary.
Honestly, the first time I wrote it, I'm such like a, I don't know, scaredy cat, I guess. Yeah. But like honestly, the first time I wrote it, I was like, ooh, a little spooky. But like, then I got used to it like right away.
I guess that's like, fair.
I don't know.
I don't think it's bad.
The like first part of the ride, the queue, I guess, like the elevator part.
Yeah.
That one or that part isn't really scary for me, but like the actual like first couple maybe parts of the ride, specifically in Disney World and in Disneyland. I feel like the one in Disney World is a little bit creepier for some reason.
Interesting.
For me, anyway.
I don't feel like either of them are creepy at all.
Oh, good for you. Well, I don't think it's creepy like anymore, but like the first time I like had that experience, like I was like
interesting
riding it, and I don't know, I guess maybe the animatronics looked more realistic to me than the one in Disneyland, like specifically the bride. The bride.
Okay, well that has changed. The whole bride thing has changed in general. Like that's been revamped, so it's different now than it was. Yeah. So that's valid, I suppose. Yeah. The only thing that I will say is like the Disneyland one is better. Just because of the one the one simple thing of where Disneyland's Hatbox Ghost is versus where Disney World's Hatbox Ghost is.
That's so funny. So you think the Disneyland one's better?
Disneyland's has the Hatbox Ghost in a better spot. I think he's in a silly spot in ours. Yeah. And it all comes down to storytelling, right? Because and actually no, I was gonna say something that was totally wrong, wasn't I? Because the whole idea was that you're not supposed to see any ghosts until after you go through the scene with Madame Leota. Oh, okay. Because she summons the spirits.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I could be remembering this wrong, but I don't think I am. I'm pretty sure you go through the dining room scene first. before you get to Madame Leota, right?
In Disneyland?
In both.
Oh.
You go through the dining room scene
Oh.
where all the ghosts are dancing around the table, and there's the one lady like blowing out the candles and the cake and everything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that happens before Madame Leota's scene.
And then Madame Leona's scene is like towards the middle.
See, because now, see, that breaks things. Cause
I don't know. Yeah, it's a little weird.
I have to rethink things now. Maybe he's not in that bad of a spot.
Yeah.
Because and that was a thing that was something that I was reading from listened to on some podcast, where they're like, well, it breaks the storytelling because like Madame Leota summons the spirits, so you're not supposed to see any spirits before that, but like you totally do. So like that whole thing is broken.
That's true.
So maybe he's not in that bad of a spot.
Yeah.
I think it would make more sense if he was standing outside, but it's fine.
I remember the first time I rode the ride too, like the ending part where like they're all dancing, like the ghosts that are like dancing around. I was like, how did they do that? Like it literally legit looks like what they show in movies of what a ghost looks like, like so
that's funny.
That was a chair, guys. But
I know what you're thinking, but that was not me. Oh, Percy, you agree with Frozen being overrated? Sorry, I just realized that I was not looking at chat.
No worries.
So, Percy agrees with Frozen being overrated.
Nice.
Percy's wrong. Respectfully. Okay.
Respectfully,
anyway,
no.
What do you have next? What's next?
Number 4 is Mufasa's death wasn't all that sad.
Okay.
Okay. Oh. I know my answer.
Huh. Maybe hot take, but I have to agree.
Dang, okay.
Personally.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't know why. Because it should be.
Well, I guess I can kind of argue for you. Maybe it's like a fast death, so it's like painless.
I guess maybe it kind of feels like you don't really get enough time with Mufasa to really
maybe that connection
to really connect with the character. So when he dies, it doesn't. I mean, it means something, but like
you feel bad for Simba.
It's kind of like when you're watching Star Wars, right? And you watch the rebels kill a stormtrooper, or you watch the stormtrooper kill a rebel. You're like, that's kind of sad that somebody died, but like I don't really know who they are, so. I don't know. You know what I mean?
That's a good argument.
I don't know, but
for me, I'm just an emotional,
Yeah,
person,
that's fair.
So
that's fair. So you think it was sad?
I think it was a little sad.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
But I agree with that, honestly. It wasn't all that sad.
Yeah.
It was sad. That is not saying that Mufasa's death wasn't sad. Yeah. It just says it wasn't that sad. Yeah. And I'm gonna stick with that.
I like that.
There you go.
All right. Number 5, ready, is live action remakes are unnecessary.
I 100% agree that live action remakes are unnecessary.
We're running out of ideas, man.
Yeah.
In the movie industry.
That doesn't mean I dislike or hate all of the live action remakes. I actually really liked the Lilo and Stitch live action remake. And personally, I like that they changed the story a little bit. Yeah. Like the story isn't word for word. It's not, if it was a shot for shot remake, it would be 100 times more unnecessary. So the fact that they like did some things and changed some things around, I'm okay with that. And that's probably the main reason I like the live action Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
But overall they're not necessary. And it literally is, like you said, they're just running out of ideas, and it's getting old that it just keeps happening. And it's like, can we come up with a new idea once in a while?
I forget what the first one was. The first live action movie.
Oh, I don't know. The first live action remake.
Yeah,
I feel like it was like Cinderella or something like that. It might not have been the first one.
Well, maybe.
But Cinderella was definitely early. The live action Cinderella was early, and no, that's the Cinderella story. That's totally different.
Sorry, yeah.
No.
Yeah, maybe.
I want to say it was with Anna Kendrick, but I feel like that is probably Into the Woods that I'm thinking of.
Into the Woods. Are you going to look it up real quick?
I am going to look it up real quick because I'm curious. What
was
Disney's first
live action remake?
Action remake.
Live action remake.
Watch it be Cinderella.
That'd be cool. If you got it right.
Well, the first. Okay, well, technically, there was a live action remake in 1996
Oh wow, that's
for
early.
101 Dalmatians, and I do remember that being a thing. Don't remember watching it though. So.
Okay.
Became more prominent in 2010. The Lion King, I think, was the first.
Lion King was the first. Okay.
I don't know. It's just
That
Lion King
doesn't say.
2019. Dumbo was also 2019. No, Beauty and the Beast was 2017, so that was earlier.
Oh, okay.
Lady and the Tramp was 2019. 2020 Mulan.
17 was the earliest one.
Oh, wait. We have a 2010.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's Alice in Wonderland.
Mm.
Again, I don't really count. That's not really this. I don't know if I count that. I guess it counts, but I felt like it was a very different thing, so I'm okay with it, to be honest. I like that one. Maleficent was 2014, so far since 101 Dalmatians, that's the first like real. Well, Maleficent, that's not even a live action remake. That was just a different story on Snow White.
Okay.
Christopher Robin 2018, but that also wasn't a live action remake. That was a different story. Cinderella was 2015. That was like, in my opinion, I think the first true live action remake.
Okay.
Because it was the first. Cinderella looks like the first one that like took the original story and then just made it live action.
Okay.
Everything else was a different story.
That's true.
Right.
Interesting.
I suppose there's an argument for Alice in Wonderland being the first one, but I feel like that is so different. Even if like some of the story aspects I guess are the same or similar, like it's such a different story in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm losing it, but all that to say, live action remakes are definitely unnecessary.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes they're okay, but they're always unnecessary.
Yeah. I'm curious what you're gonna say for this next one, because
I'm curious what you're gonna say for this next one.
I haven't watched the movie, I don't think, unless I just don't remember, or don't like if I watched it as a kid or anything. But number 6 is, I hope I'm saying it right,
Anastasia.
Anastasia is not a Disney movie.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that is just straight up. It either is or it isn't, right? There's not really a hot take here. Okay?
Well, is it or is it not?
I honestly don't know off the top of my head.
What do you think
it
is? You don't think it is?
I don't think Anastasia was made by Disney.
And people think that it's made from Disney?
Yeah.
Why? Is it because it has like similar character features, or like
I don't know. I think it just
like 2D
I guess
animation people. I don't know. That was my guess.
I don't know. Okay, well here's a hint. It's on Disney Plus.
It's on Disney Plus.
So that would instantly kind of lead you down the path of believing that it is a Disney movie.
Should I look it up?
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
But it's being annoying because it won't actually open in Google. Is Anastasia a live action or a Disney movie? Directors Award, production company. Okay, it is not. It is not, and it's roundabout because it is now. Okay, it wasn't. It is now. It was produced by 20th Century Fox. So now Disney owns it, which is why it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
But it is not a Disney movie in the same way that Star Wars 1 through 6 are not Disney movies. They're owned by Disney, but they're not Disney movies. Episode 7, 8, and 9 are Disney movies because they were produced under Disney.
Okay.
Anastasia is not a Disney movie.
There you go, guys.
I was 99% sure that was the case.
Settled right now.
I feel like I should not be the one settling that. That should have been settled years ago. It's been out as long as I've been alive.
That's hilarious.
I shouldn't have made it to 28 years of my life without it being settled. I feel like I feel like most people know.
Yeah, I guess.
But it's not.
There you go.
I feel like it was a very prominent 2D animated film. So people assume it was Disney because Disney were the people making prominent 2D animated movies.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
I feel like people assumed it was Disney, but it wasn't.
Mm.
It was 20th Century Fox. So
There
now
you
they
go.
own it, but they didn't make it.
Okay. Nice. All right, we're on number 7. 7 is Snow White is the worst Disney princess.
Sorry, my microphone is twisted on me.
Snow White.
Snow White.
Snow White.
Snow
is she the
White.
She the worst Disney princess?
Give me some guidelines here. Snow White from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Snow White from this from
Not
the
the
Seven
not the
Dwarfs.
live action remake.
Yeah.
We're talking about the animated.
Yeah.
No, she's the
OG.
best. She's the first.
She's the best. She's the first.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
She's the first.
So yeah.
She is the best.
Okay.
She's my favorite.
She's your favorite?
Yeah.
I didn't know that she was your favorite.
I just decided just now.
No, I thought your like top 3 were like Pocahontas. was
No,
one.
actually, Pocahontas
Or,
doesn't make my list, to be honest.
Ariel.
I feel weird talking about it.
It's, oh my gosh.
I'm a 28-year-old
Oh my
man who's
gosh.
talking about his favorite Disney princess. Feels weird, man. Feels weird. But no, it would be Snow White, Ariel, and Jasmine.
Right. Yeah, but for me, I don't know, I was just kind of thinking like, oh, okay, I could see why maybe Snow White, why people could say Snow White is the worst Disney princess.
Why?
Because her story is just like, I'm gonna eat an apple. And then
She whipped 7 little sassy men into shape. She got them cooking and cleaning for themselves.
and she just
taking care of
not
themselves.
dies, but like she just it's kind of like Sleeping Beauty too.
She
They're like
was
similar.
hungry, man.
And then the
She
prince
just wanted an apple.
And then
True love's kiss, man. What if she was just like, what if the apple wasn't even actually poisonous and she just decided that she was going to lay down until someone came looking for her? She's like, I just took these 7
she didn't know
grown
it was
men.
poisonous, right?
Nah, but maybe it wasn't, you know? Maybe
Yeah.
here's what happens, okay?
Listen, you don't take
She
these things
spends-
from
she
strangers.
spends weeks
No.
getting these 7 little men
Oh my
to get their
gosh.
stuff together. And maybe she's just like,
7 little men.
I need a nap. I need a nap, okay?
Mhm.
And then this lady gives her an apple. She's like, what if they think it's poison? I'm just going to like peace out for a second. And then there's
Mhm.
this dude who I kind of seen around. He kind of cute. Maybe he'll come and wake me up.
Mm.
And then he did. She was just pretending the whole time.
Just pretending.
She's smart.
That's
she's smart.
hilarious. Oh.
She's smart.
Yeah, she's smart. That's
I don't know.
hilarious. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like whom I think the best Disney princess is and why. I don't know. Like, do you count like Anna and Elsa as being princesses?
Elsa is not a princess. Elsa's a queen.
Oh, okay.
Anna is a princess.
I like their story. It's like sisterly, family love thing. But you're just like
That's
rolling your
fair.
eyes.
No, it's fair. That's fair.
Or like Brave. You're like, I don't need no man.
No, that's Pixar.
Oh yeah, you're right. Which is actually kind of funny.
I mean,
because
again, it is Disney, but it's Pixar. It's
my
separate.
goodness. Okay.
So,
Anyway,
all right, let's move along.
number 8 is straight to video Disney movies are not canon.
Well, okay, I have to. Okay, straight to video
Mm-hmm.
is not canon. I have to disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah. Straight to video is canon.
Okay.
It is what it is. And I'll explain that. But first I'll explain what straight to video or direct to video is for anyone who doesn't know. So there's the main animation department at Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They animate the features. And this is really a practice that has kind of died out. It doesn't really happen anymore. But for a long time, the main studio would make the original movie. So for example, Cinderella.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then few years later, they would have a secondary studio, and they would produce a direct-to-video sequel to the movie. So Cinderella 2, A Twist in Time, or something like that. I forget what it's called exactly. So that film was not released theatrically like the original Cinderella was. It was only released as a movie, sold it side by side with the original Cinderella.
Yeah.
Here's why I say it's canon. Even though it wasn't the same studio that animated the film, because Disney had like 7 different animation studios that do different things, it was commissioned by somebody at the Walt Disney Company who said this needs to be a thing. Right?
Okay.
Disney still said, make this movie. It got made. Whether it was released in theaters or not, it was commissioned. It was paid for by Disney. It was produced by Disney. It is canon.
Okay. There you go.
So that's my thing.
People are just they don't understand it then if they think that it's not canon. So
well, a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's not canon because it's not the original people making it."
Okay. That makes sense.
Who cares?
Yeah,
Who cares?
Okay.
Now, if DreamWorks came along and made Cinderella 2, that's not canon. That's not the same company. That's DreamWorks.
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah, no.
That makes sense.
Great. Yes, like I said, it was physically animated in a different studio, but it was not Disney.
Okay.
It's still Disney.
Still Disney.
It's still Disney.
Okay, still Disney, guys. Okay. All right, number 9.
Oh, that's me. Hello. That's you.
Oh. Number 9 is Pixar and Disney are not the same thing.
Oh, yeah. No. Well, first of all, obviously.
So agree.
Agree. The best way that I've heard it explained, and I've explained it to people, is Disney tells their stories as once upon a time, right? And so you can basically add that to the beginning of any Disney movie, and it'll make sense. I'll get there. Just wait. Okay. So, for example, Lilo and Stitch. Yes. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a little girl and her older sister. Yeah. Their parents had passed away, and she was not fitting in. Once upon a time, right? Cinderella. Once upon a time, there was a girl who was being raised by her father's stepmother, or his father's new wife, and her 2 stepsisters, and they hated her. Yeah. Once upon a time, right? Pixar tells what-if stories. What if your toys came to life?
Can talk.
Or can talk.
Yeah,
okay.
That's true.
What if monsters ruled the world and powered their places, their homes with screams from children? You know, what if a little boy didn't fit in and begged to be kidnapped by aliens?
What is that one?
Elio. That's the new one coming out.
Okay, nice.
So,
right.
they're fundamentally different things. Disney tells once upon a time stories. Pixar tells what if stories. Another big difference is 9 times out of 10, your Disney movies are going to have your Disney movies are musicals 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Not all the time. It's not a rule.
Yeah.
Right? But most Disney movies, animated movies, have songs. Well, are musicals. Because Pixar movies also have songs, but they're
that's true.
There's movie vernacular here, and I always get it messed up. I can't ever remember which way is which. But there is diegetic music and non-diegetic music. Okay, diegetic music.
You
I need to look it up because I always get them backwards. Okay. So diegetic sound is any sound that originates from within the world of a film or movie. So if music is diegetic, it means it is happening in the movie.
Okay.
So like musicals,
yeah,
their music is diegetic because the music is happening within the story. Okay. Then there's non-diegetic music or sound, which is sounds that are coming to aid the story. Okay. So that would be like if I pushed play right now and the live stream got music coming through to it.
That would be.
We're not hearing that music. That's for the audience, not for us.
Right. Okay.
So diegetic music is for us. Non-diegetic music is for the audience.
Okay.
And that's where I think the difference is. Most of the music in most of the music in Disney animation is diegetic. It is coming from within the movie.
Yeah.
Most Pixar music is non-diegetic.
Yeah. That's true.
There's exceptions, of course.
Yeah.
You know, one example I can think of off the top of my head is in WALL-E. There's one particular instance in WALL-E where the music is diegetic.
Yeah.
And that is when he's showing Eve the movie. right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Most of the other music in WALL-E is non-diegetic, so it's
Mhm.
not, they're not hearing the music.
That's
We
true.
are
Mhm. Mhm.
most of the time in,
Yeah.
like just in Lilo and Stitch. Most
Yeah.
of that music
Mhm.
is diegetic because it is coming from
Yeah.
Lilo's record player, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Okay, but like Pixar, why is it not like Pixar is it owned by Disney?
yes,
Okay.
Disney owns Pixar,
Okay. But they're okay,
but they're different.
But
They're different things.
Yeah, I understand.
They tell different stories.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I thought I covered all that.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Okay. Number 10 is Tangled is better than Frozen.
Hot take.
Tangled is better than Frozen.
Yes.
I agree.
I like Tangled a lot better
Yeah.
than
me too.
Frozen. I like Frozen,
Yeah.
but I really like Tangled. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is about that story, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Part of it, maybe this is kind of dumb, but it's how I operate.
Mm.
It could be partially because I was once in a production of Rapunzel. I was actually in a specific version of it called Let Your Hair Down, Rapunzel, which is a musical.
Yeah.
But it's a short musical. It's a one-act musical version of this.
Nice. Okay.
So I feel like the story itself has a little bit of a special place in my heart, I guess.
A little bit of bias.
A little bit of bias,
Mhm.
perhaps.
Yeah.
But I do feel like in general, I like the storyline better of Tangled than I do of Frozen.
Yeah, me too. I agree. Do you want the bonus or no?
Yeah, because we're only sitting at 34 minutes
Okay.
right now, so which
that's
is
good.
as short as I wanted it to be. So
Yeah,
that's good,
okay,
but
good.
like we might as well go for it.
Okay, so the bonus is A Bug's Life is underrated.
Yes, A Bug's Life is underrated.
You think yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is some merch, but there's virtually no
That
merch in the
one-
parks.
I'm just thinking like.
Oh yeah, and we have a
about that
dear
one
viewer
guy.
who will certainly agree with me.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But he's right though. There is zero now that they have closed. It's tough to be a bug. There is like zero representation of A Bug's Life in any Disney park.
Mm-hmm.
I guess domestically. I can't speak overseas because I don't know what is and what isn't in the other parks. But there's no representation in the U.S. parks of A Bug's Life.
It's like dying.
And
it's
we
like
can
dead.
and we can nail just about every other movie
Mm-hmm.
in the Pixar lineup somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
The only exception I can't think of a single Brave reference in any Disney park
Interesting.
off the top of my
Yeah,
head.
that's true. Interesting.
There might be, but why is there no? What's up with Bug's Life?
That's true.
It was the second film that they animated, right? The first one was Toy Story. The second one was A Bug's Life. But like, what is going on? Like, why? There's not even a sequel to A Bug's Life. That's what's weird.
Yeah.
Like, virtually everything else that's that age has
That's
gotten a
true.
sequel,
Yeah.
and it's like they're trying to sweep it under the rug for some reason.
Wonder why.
It's because
It's because why?
they want it to go away. Because otherwise, we'll realize that we've been ants all along.
Oh my god.
And the government's the grasshoppers.
Government's the grasshopper.
I don't know.
That's hilarious.
But think about it though, like that's the storyline of A Bug's Life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the ants are being oppressed, for a lack of a better term, by the grasshoppers, right?
That's so funny.
And Disney, like nobody, like they don't want it in the parks, and I'm like, what's up with that?
Yeah, that's interesting.
What gives?
What gives?
I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything, but I'm just curious. What's up with A Bug's Life, y'all? Maybe it's just that people don't watch it. Maybe it's that simple. People didn't buy the DVDs. People aren't watching it on Disney Plus, and they're like, nobody really cares for it. What's the point? So to that end, I would say if you guys do care for A Bug's Life, we should I don't know. We'll
Petition,
talk about this.
no.
I was gonna say we should do a day. We should like do a call to action where we just have like a day where we try to get like as many people as we can
That's
to
hilarious.
all start watching A Bug's Life at the exact same
That's
time on Disney
hilarious.
Plus.
That'd be so funny. Anyway.
It's gonna be a silent protest.
Oh my gosh.
But we're all just playing the same movie all at the same time. I feel like that would
Yeah.
probably crash the server, but I don't know.
That'd be so funny.
Well, that's
that's
where I
it.
stand on A Bug's Life. I wish that they would do something with it, like give us
Mhm.
literally anything in the parks. make a sequel. Like, I don't really care for sequels, but like, for crying out loud, give me something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree with you.
I think the last reference to A Bug's Life in any media, any Pixar media, was Toy Story 2 when they did a blooper with Flick and
yeah.
I had his name and I lost it. It's a German. Hold on. The caterpillar. Starts with an H. Well, it's in there somewhere. I don't know where it is. But we're winding down now, so I think it's time we go find out what's going on in Mickey's neck of the woods.
Going on.
What is going on in Mickey's neck of the woods? We have a few things, as a matter of fact, and I'm not there anymore. So give me a second here. I think it went out of my saved stuff because I left my phone sitting for too long.
It went out of your saved stuff?
Yeah, like I was looking at my saved stuff, and it disappeared on me. Here we go. All right. Well, first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, the Hall of Presidents lobby is open for guests to escape the Florida heat.
It's finally open now.
The lobby is. That's kind of interesting. It says specifically the lobby is open. It doesn't actually say the show is open. I would assume the show is open, too. That'd be kind of weird if it was just the lobby. But perhaps it is. I don't know.
It's funny.
Fun fact, the seal that sits in the middle right here that they're showing on the TV, or on the TV, that you're seeing right there, if you're watching on YouTube. It's the presidential seal that's in the middle of the room. It's actually the only official seal of the President of the United States that exists outside of the White House.
Oh.
Yeah. Disney got special permission to have one put in there.
Wow.
Otherwise, they're only there. There is a new limited time Dopey meet and greet did it say for annual pass holders? Limited time annual pass holder character meet and greet. Yes, it is. So for annual pass holders between now and, it doesn't say, June 9th. June 9th through July 31st. There we go.
Okay.
As part of their VIP pass holder events this summer. So that's pretty neat. He meets somewhere. Meet and greet. Well, that's German. Okay, that's fun. At the Germany Pavilion at Epcot. So, if you're an annual pass holder and you want to meet Dopey, he's over at Germany. Go check your app and see what time he's there. We also got an Imagineer overlay of how Cars Land fits into Frontierland. And based on this art, you remember last week I was talking about how it looks like it will connect to the entrance for Big Thunder Mountain. Based on this, that's accurate.
Oh, okay.
So you'll be able to turn right and go in front of Haunted Mansion, basically, instead of left to go all the way around the Rivers of America. And you can go get on Big Thunder right there.
Oh, wow.
Which makes sense to me that those two, that the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and the Cars Land would kind of butt up to each other and be kind of a cohesive thing. The only question that I have yet to answer here, and I'm assuming it will be, but I'm like, will you still be able to access Tiana's Bayou Adventure from there? Like, will that basically be a full loop around? I would imagine you probably can.
Probably. Because
the Frontierland Station is over there. And it'd be weird if the Frontierland Station didn't actually connect to Frontierland.
Yeah, probably.
So, I was like, there's more. Hold on. There is a Streetmosphere. What does that say? What did that just say? I got confused. I just said the words on the screen. There's a new offering at Epcot for entertainment. Al Gorthman?
Yeah.
Basically, it's a dude, a scientist, and a quote-unquote AI robot that he has created to walk around Epcot and do some interesting things.
Okay.
It's just a piece of entertainment to like distract kids from, the Florida heat, I suppose. Wow. There's some changes to Disney's dining reservations. It looks like it's just visual updates where they've included pictures of the restaurant itself. I honestly can't really tell what's changed. Oh, you can see the time slots immediately for the day you're looking at for multiple restaurants. So like as before, you'd have to look at one restaurant and see what time slots it had. Now you can see all the restaurants and the time slots they have based on the day you're looking for, which is pretty sick.
Nice.
You can select 1 to 10 days on the calendar to view dining availability, so that's a lot more than you've ever been able to do before.
Wow.
And then you can also narrow it down by whether you're looking for theme park dining or resort dining and what kind of cuisine you're looking for. So that's pretty cool. It looks like there's a price range option as well, and special filters to also look at your dining plan to see if you have dining plan. What is available on the dining plan. So that is pretty neat. So that's a big update. I might have to look into that and see exactly how it works. But you guys should head over to All Ears Net or Disney Food Blog to see if they have a video explaining it, because they're there every day, and I live in Colorado. I can't do that right now. So they probably have a way better grasp on it, but I encourage you to go check it out if you're interested. If you're interested. We also finally have a opening date for Test Track. We have news, and it's not breaking for it. It was broken today, actually, only 10 hours ago, but I'm not breaking it. I'm sharing it, and I'm reacting to it. July 22nd is now the official first day that will be open.
Oh, nice.
We'll finally get to experience the reimagined attraction. That's very exciting. This is something. So new music, new scenes showcasing the technology that is making our cars smarter and our lives more fun. That's pretty cool. Which is kind of what I was expecting out of this. It was like, it's very old school car stuff. Like what's happening with cars now?
Right.
So that looks like what they're doing. So, that said, I'm like, I know my trip is in September, but I'm like, dang.
What?
I'm like, if I could just go down for that one day to be there for the opening day, that'd be super, super sick. I don't think it's gonna happen because I'm doing a pretty big one in September. It's gonna be a long one, so it is what it is. But well, we have finally answered the question. What's going on in Mickey's neck of the woods? Someday I'll figure out how to lead into that better.
You missed the 4.
I don't know if the 4 was necessary.
It was.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was necessary. Well, do you want to talk about socials? Or do you want me to do it?
You can do it real quick.
All right. Well, you guys can follow us on our socials on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook over at Noah Parker's World of Wonder. If you are listening to the audio-only version of this podcast and you're looking for video, we can be found on YouTube by searching for Noah Parker _channel. We have the little blue circle. That's us. We have every Monday night we live stream our podcast, and then we release it on Tuesday morning on the podcast platform. So by watching the live stream, you actually get it a little bit earlier, and you get to see our beautiful faces. Mostly Adriana's beautiful face. Look at that. Then you have to look at me occasionally, too. Sorry about that one. But yeah, and if you are the opposite, you're here on YouTube and you're looking for the audio-only version, we are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart Podcasts, and the fourth one, Amazon Podcasts, at searching for Noah Parker's World of Wonder over there as well. We encourage you to share with your friends and family and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're on a road to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, I think, and we would love for you guys to be a part of it. Adriana's going to play MC Parks with me on our Wednesday night game nights once we do that. So, exciting stuff. We're trying to get there, and we would appreciate any help. And we love just getting new fans up in here. So speaking of game night, we have a new game we're going to be debuting this Wednesday night. And that'll be live streamed around 8 o'clock on Wednesday, unless we can make it happen earlier. Yeah. Which we've been talking about doing.
I know.
Hasn't happened yet, though.
I think coming back to work, life and being tired and wanted to rest a little and stuff. So
we'll see what we can do, but
we'll see.
Yeah, I think that wraps us up today. DCOM Kids is still on a temporary hiatus. We'll get back to it eventually. It's just mine and Marcy's schedules are just kind of conflicting right now, which is frustrating. Yeah. But we both got jobs to do, and unfortunately that pays the bills, and DCOM Kids doesn't, so that's where the priority is. So, But we're going to keep doing the Monday night stuff because, honestly, even if you guys don't like it, we enjoy it.
Yes.
It's a good time. It's some of our quality time together, and it's usually fun.
It's really fun.
I don't think it's ever not been fun.
No, it's really fun.
I do want to try to get some more guests going up in here.
Yeah. That'd
Because
be cool.
we do an annual pickleball tournament for guests of the podcast, and so far we have had no guests.
Yeah,
this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's
'Cause,
life's
like,
been busy
yeah,
for everyone.
But it's like Marcy and I have a podcast, and then you and I have a podcast, and that's
Mm-hmm.
been that's it.
Yeah.
We are also expanding that actually to like guests of the videos. So we have our Tuesday that are now Saturday videos. Our Saturday or Tuesday videos are now Saturday videos. They come out Saturday at 4 p.m. I'm expanding it to that, so that should make things easier to get some people into the tournament, you know. But I have dyed grass,
We could just
and I'm
do it
gonna say we can
'cause-
just do it because we want to. And you know what? Here's the thing: if we do the pickleball tournament, okay, and we have everyone come and we record it and we upload highlights, then they were guests
exactly.
of the channel. So
Yeah,
loophole.
that's funny.
All right. Well, I'm going to stop talking your ears off, guys. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a rating wherever you are watching or listening. Make sure you share it with your friends, your family, your dog, your cats, your goldfish, coworkers. If you're at a stoplight listening to us, roll the window down and yell at the guy next to you, like, hey, check out this podcast. Yeah, we'd appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back on Wednesday night to play some Taboo Disney Edition. But until then, my dear friends, let the wonder take hold.